Hi, so I'm here with Robin from Functional Formularies, and this is definitely one of the most exciting products we've seen this year at the Natural Products Expo. Thanks for chatting with us. If you could just tell us a little bit about your product and where it came from and what it's for.
Absolutely. Functional Formularies brand Liquid Hope I developed for my father, who had a traumatic brain injury, and he was dying. And I was trying to save my dad's life, and we looked at a lot of aspects of what was going on with his health and how they were treating his brain injury and with no results. So one of the things I looked at one day, just out of boredom, because I had read everything in his room, was the feeding tube formula can. And he had been in hospital, and I trusted that it was nutrition that he was supposed to be getting. I knew nothing about the feeding tube market. I knew nothing about people on feeding tubes. It was a very sudden injury, and it's nothing that we ever think we're going to have to face. So when I read the can, it was like light bulb. I said to my mom, oh my God, this is why he's not getting any better. High fructose corn syrup, 5 different kinds of sugar, canola oil, soy oil, and chemical synthetic vitamins. And so I said, you know what, we just need to give him a healthy formula. It'll be easy. Let's just find something and change it. No problem. I was appalled when I couldn't find anything. I looked all over the world, literally all over the world. For weeks I searched, and there was nothing. And I could not accept the fact that I was going to let this happen. So I went to my DO and I said, I want to create a feeding tube formula for my dad. I'm a chef. My background is in whole foods nutrition and chef. So I went to my DO, who's an acupuncturist and very aware of health, and he said, you need to find a good internist. I had to have a doc's order for everything. So I found an Indian doctor who really didn't know what I was going to do, but he was willing to take the risk because, I think it's the Ayurvedic thing in his DNA. He was willing to write the orders. And so I started studying food as medicine and whole foods nutrition, and I found Paul Pitchford's book, Healing with Whole Foods, and the way that he utilizes Western food and traditional Chinese healing, and how that affects the body, the elements of food, the properties of food. So the formula I put together for my father, every ingredient had very specific properties that to treat all of the conditions that he had experienced, in addition to his brain injury after being in the system for so long. And that was how Liquid Hope was developed.
That's a really amazing story. Can you give us an idea of what is inside
of the product? Yes, well, we have chickpeas, we have sweet peas, green peas, we have quinoa, we have rice, almond butter, turmeric, ginger, garlic, flax oil, tons of vegetables, kale, carrots, sweet potatoes. It's just like a stew that your grandmother would have made for you, except it's very nutritionally balanced, has 440 calories, 20 grams protein. So it is actually very possible for it to sustain someone as their only source of nutrition, which we've proven. We launched in January, and we have numerous customers who are using and who have been using our product since we launched, and they're doing great. Their health conditions are improving so much that their doctors are starting to see the outcomes, and now the doctors are sending other patients to us for our formula.
That's great. And it's not only people with medical conditions that this is suited for. Who else is this a good choice for?
Well, we have a lot of, like my husband, who's very tall and thin and has a very high metabolism. He uses it every morning as a smoothie. He puts coconut water with it. It tastes really good. It tastes like a sweet pea curry almost. Some people add mango, pineapple, coconut water and actually make a smoothie out of it. Some people eat it as a soup. We have a lot of elderly people who struggle to get a lot of calories in, and so their kids are switching them from the other product to our product, and they're so happy to do it. We have an athlete, a Canadian athlete, who's training to do a 150-day transatlantic swim, and he's working with the University of Toronto and looking at Liquid Hope to use as his source of nutrition for his swim. He actually found us on the internet when he was looking for liquid nutrition. So we have a wide variety. We have ex-NFL players who have ALS who are using our product. I think our youngest little customer is 18 months.
Wow.
She's an NG tube. She's a brain tumor. So a large population.
So it's already been an explosion of interest. It's a much needed product.
Needed.
And most importantly, where and how can people find your product all over the U.S.?
Well, we're available on the web at functionalformularies.com. We do direct sales. We're in a handful of stores. We're in Ohio, so we're in a handful of stores locally. We're getting ready to go into national distribution. We're not quite there yet, but people can contact us on the internet, and we can tell them if our product isn't locally in their area, or if they can order it direct from us.
That's great. Thank you so much, and thank you for the addition of your product. It's really much needed.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Let's check